we're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
So the reason that our economy is doing well right now, relatively well, is because of the foundations that we built. What they're doing and the numbers that you're seeing are because of us, not because of them. Plus, what they're doing is a lot of artificial stimulus is being added in, which makes numbers look a little bit better. But the reason we're doing well is because of what we did. If you look at just prior to the virus coming in from China, we had the greatest employment numbers we've ever had. We had 160 million people working. African American, Asian American, Hispanic American, women, people with diplomas, without diplomas, high schools without and with diplomas. Everybody at the top of the line. In the history of our country, it was the strongest. And again, we've never had 160 million people working, not even close right now. So we had the best numbers we've ever had. Then we had the virus come in, and then I rebuilt the economy a second time. And they're just going off what I rebuilt. That's all they're doing because they're killing the economy. You're going to have inflation. It's going to eat us alive. We were energy independent. We're no longer energy independent. I don't know if you saw, Dan, but they went to sea, and they had meetings with Russia and OPEC to see if they would get us more energy. We had so much energy, we didn't know what to do with it. We were $1.87 a gallon for gasoline, and now we're up to $4.50, and it's going much higher. So what they're doing is going to destroy the economics of our country, and maybe more importantly, what they're doing at the border and other places, and with a lack of respect that other countries have for us, our country is being destroyed.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, I come back with that video just to make you think. And yes, guys, we have Trump and we know the slogan, Save America. Now we have to go back to Executive Order 13772, the core principles of regulating the United States financial system. And in this document, of course, we had the fintech companies. And as we see, the fintech is taking over the old legacy financial system. Also, we see Trump back on television. They're playing the Hegelian dialectic. We know that the financial system is about to change. And then Trump, of course, is going to tell you, I told you so. Because America, the Babylon, is falling. And China, the dragon, is rising. The New World Order has already created the problem. They're waiting on the reaction, and then they're going to run in with the solution with the global reset. Because we know when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. Y'all have a wonderful day.
We saw a story out at Fox News about the Chicago's teachers unions, which is implying they could shut down the schools again now. Parents, understandably, are really fired up. This could be upwards of 3 years of their children's lives taken away from them. No social interaction, no school. It's just not the same on Zoom. It's just not the same thing. Your thoughts on that as a father yourself?
Well, first of all, you mentioned Chicago. Let's talk about crime before we talk about that. But they're both just horrible. But where 70 people get shot over a weekend, 70 people, and many of those people die. In Afghanistan, we haven't lost a soldier in a year and a half because of what I did. In a year and a half, And yet in Chicago, you have 70, 80 people being shot some weekends. It's a disgrace. As far as the schools have to open. These young people are losing a big part of their life, and they're not going to recover from it. The schools have to open. What they're going through socially, I mean, they're not dealing with people. I don't think it's going to leave a scar on their lives. It's going to leave a psychological scar. We have to open our schools. I say let the teachers get the vaccine. They should get the vaccine. I hope they do. Again, it's something I'm very proud of. I think if we didn't come up during the Trump administration with a vaccine, you could have 100 million people dead, just like you had in 1917. You take the Spanish flu, 100 million people, up to 100 million people died. I think we'd be in that territory. This has been great for the world. But the teachers, let them go, get the vaccine. I don't know how they're being dealt with. They have different unions, but they have one in particular. They don't want to ever go back to work. It's crazy. Yeah. Our children need to be they need to be educated. You know, it's turned out computers are wonderful and all of that. But one thing we've learned through college and school, the undergraduate everything, is that being in the school is much better than looking at a computer screen. That's one thing almost everybody universally agrees to. And the children have to go back to school.
The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.